Omniphasism. It's a word so little known that even Google gives it a red squiggly. However, it is such an important concept to our society. A concept that I believe we all need to better grasp so that everyone can reach their full potential. And that's because...
we still don't know what that is.
Oh, right. Let me get on that. We've all heard of the right brain and the left brain. Heck, Bo Burnham even wrote a whole song about it. Science has proven that the left side of your brain is in charge of language, logic, and symbols, while the right side is primarily responsible for emotions, creativity, and intuition. In our functioning society, we are encouraged to lock in into left brain thinking, but omniphasism means all in balance. It means that both the left and the right hemispheres are working together in harmony. Think of when you're taking a relaxing walk and you start to lose track of all time and space. You're not thinking about homework or deadlines or anything. You're just seeing plainly what's in front of you and taking it in. That's your right brain taking over. Now, think of when you're trying to solve a math problem. Your brain is rapidly flipping through all these formulas and strategies to deploy to try to find the correct solution. That's your left brain. Now, imagine you're planning a story. Your hand is moving rapidly to write on the page, and your brain is going in 1,000 different directions, and you lose track of all time and space, and you're flipping through different plot ideas and creative twists, and you're not thinking about homework or deadlines or anything. That's omniphasism. That's the best of both worlds. Omniphasism is good because, well, balance is good. You hear people say it all the time. It's all about balance, so why not balance our brains too? I mean, we balance our social lives with our academics, with our mental health. Omniphasism can help you achieve new goals in life. Betty Edwards' drawing on the right side of the brain is all about utilizing your brain's hemispheres together to produce more realistic drawings, something that most people claim is impossible for them. Along with that, a study by Demetrius Natsopoulos and colleagues at the University of Cyprus found that children who are extremely left or right-handed scored lower on tests in school. Since handedness is inversely related to hemisphere dominance, this means that regardless of if you are primarily left or right-brained, you will struggle in school. Of course, we'll talk later about why tests aren't a good measurement of intelligence, but it still goes to show that without proper balance, you will struggle in certain areas. Brain balance can also help with mindfulness. Something that I've found the right brain helps with is relaxation. If you can find a way to turn your left brain's volume down just a little bit, then your right brain can take over and you can see the world for how it really is. As I mentioned before, it can help you lose track of all time and space, which can be really relaxing during a stressful time. A lot of the creative exercises we did in this class involved pure seeing. For example, we would focus so hard on our hand that our left brain would tune out and stop trying to think of the patterns, and our right brain would be left to take over and see what's really in front of us. This was very relaxing as I found a newfound appreciation for the little crevices in my hand. And that way, omniphasism can make you a better artist. Or does being an artist make omniphasism easier? You can decide. Right brain processes influence our visual literacy, which is our ability to read or understand images and such. Think of it as if you were to receive a text from a winky face emoji. You would know the tone of that text by the emoji if you had a high enough visual literacy. But that's just a simple example. It's increasingly important in today's society because of the sheer amount of images that the media throws at us every day. According to William and Newton's book on visual communications, we see about 3,000 to 4,000 images per day, and 75% of what our brain processes is visual. If that large of a chunk is visual, why aren't we putting more emphasis on the side of our brain that can better process that? We as a society do not treat the right brain as highly as we should. We live in a left brain dominated world, and that means that not everyone is reaching their full potential and that everything is somewhat algorithmized. We seem to treat life as if the left brain is superior, and this can be seen in many aspects of society. We discourage right brain processes by telling children that they can't use their fingers to count, that drawing doesn't look like a car, that the only way to succeed is by passing a test, and that creative solutions are too exotic and that we need to stick to what we know. We discourage thinking outside the box and teach our kids that left brain processes are the only ones that we need to succeed because they're the only ones that'll get you an A on that exam. However, the problem with that logic is that there are multiple kinds of intelligences. Along with the typical language and mathematical related intelligences, there's also musical, visual, psychological, physiological that are right brain centric, according to William and Newton. Yet, we still use traditional multiple choice tests to measure intelligence in kids. Obviously, this isn't going to grasp the full range of that child's intelligence, especially if they are more right-brained. Then they are looked down upon by society for having bad grades, when in reality, they are much more musically intelligent or visually intelligent than the valedictorian. We, as a society, then have the audacity to say that kids lose their creativity when they grow up. I would argue they don't. We just strip it away from them. We foster creativity at a young age, sure, but then we stop. We teach kids in school to stay still, repress their emotions, and focus, when, according to Florence, exploration and play are the best way for children to learn. To remedy this problem, we have to start at the source of the problem, which I believe is education, for all the aforementioned reasons. I think that the school system should provide more individualized feedback in grades and allow for different tracks and different projects for different kids with different kinds of learning styles. We should have a little bit of everything, which I think is what we're trying to do, but which we're failing at. We should incorporate more art into the STEM subjects and test kids not only on their knowledge of the facts and formulas, but on their interpretation and application of said facts and formulas. We should encourage kids to pursue what they're interested in and do it in whatever way they see fit. This way, kids will feel more comfortable breaking the mold, and one day, maybe there will be no mold. Maybe one day, right-brainers and left-brainers can roam the streets freely and happily. The world will become a little more omniphasic, so that on a smaller scale, omniphasism will be simpler for the individual to achieve. I hope that you learned something today about omniphasism, and I hope that we can all strive towards making this society a more balanced one to live in. Thank you for watching.